what's up you guys, it's your girl Sierra and welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can tell, I'm in a little bit of a different setup. I have a new beauty studio in my apartment, which I'm super stoked about. So I have a couple different lights and a new audio setup that I'm just trying to work with, so just bear with me. But other than that, I hope you guys are doing well during this isolation / quarantine craziness. I wanted to give you guys an updated post-op video. It's been 1 year since I had weight loss surgery, which is insane, you guys. So I asked you guys on Instagram to just send me some questions that you had for me about anything that I've been experiencing after VSG or that you just were interested in knowing. So I have them all written down here. It's kind of a lot. So this may be a little bit of a lengthy video, but I want to keep this as, you know, informative and thorough as possible. So make sure you guys grab a snack and make sure you guys grab your water and just keep on watching this video if you're interested to see how my life has changed since weight loss surgery. Okay, so let's just hop right into these questions. So for the first question I have is, how often did I work out post VSG and when was I able to start? So I was able to start working out, I'm gonna say about like 2 to 3 months after surgery. But did I actually do it? No, I did not work out. I kind of regret that decision on my behalf. It's just because like I feel like if I worked out with like the diet change, I would have had more of like a toned figure that I'm looking for. As well as the reason why I didn't work out is because I did a lot of research, which is still true to this day, is that, you know, when you first get VSG surgery, you don't want to necessarily go to the gym and like go ham and working out with it. Like you are going to want to mentally, but you have to think about it like, you know, scientifically, in terms of the amount of nutrition that you're getting in your body. So what I mean by that is when you have surgery in the beginning, you're not consuming a lot of food, so you're not getting a lot of energy to like, you know, fuel your body so that when you're working out, you can burn that off. You're not getting the necessarily amount of calories that's needed to actually do a strenuous workout. So like the only things that I would incorporate would maybe be like walking, hiking here or there with like my pups and stuff. But other than that, I didn't really do any like in-depth workout routines. Now that I'm here in Vegas and I'm like isolated, I did start incorporating a couple of 30-minute online workouts off of YouTube. Super simple. This way I don't have to leave my house. And I can still kind of get myself going. And I kind of want to like ease myself into it before I just go ham slam. So no, I didn't work out, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it. I would just consult, like, you know, with your nutritionist and your surgeon to make sure that your body and that you're getting, you know, your body's ready and that you're getting enough nutrients to actually physically burn those calories. But usually I don't think it's like too long after surgery that you can start. You just want to make sure things are healed up and, you know, you're not going to hurt yourself. So, okay, so question number 2, what is my diet like now after surgery, after being a year out? So of course I'm not really having like my soft foods and things like that, even though I still enjoy them just because they do go down a lot easier. I can pretty much eat whatever I want, in moderation, of course. So of course I can have like my fast food, I can have my healthy food, I have my chicken, my vegetables, all of that jazz. But what I really try to focus on is high protein, low carb. I still have my carbs. That's one thing that I'm not afraid to admit. I just limit the amount that I have, especially like with like rice and stuff like that. I still love rice, but there's so many other alternatives out there, like so you can have healthier versions and still not obtaining as many carbs. Carbs will, like, you know, help us gain that weight back, so that's something that we definitely have to be mindful about. I want to talk to you guys about some of like my weaknesses that I incorporated, like that I had after surgery. So in the beginning, I didn't crave like certain bad stuff, like I didn't crave like the sweets and stuff like that. And then also in the beginning, I think I talked about me not actually feeling hunger. A year out, you're gonna feel hunger, and then when you feel hunger, it's like no other. It's not like, oh, I just haven't eaten in a couple hours. No, bitch, it's like you haven't eaten in days. It's like you need to eat right now before I go crazy type of feeling. And that sucks to me because it's like you can't, like, you know, be out and about and not have like some type of snack on you. So with that being said, like some of like my favorite go-to snacks would be like the Quest chips, which are like the protein chips. So yummy. I eat like nuts, almonds, I eat clementines, I have cheese all the time. I love cheese. Cheese, pepperoni, crackers. I'm just trying to think of some other stuff. Like I like actually enjoy cereal. I didn't think that I was going to be able to enjoy it because of that whole eating and drinking at the same time thing, but technically you're only getting like a little bit of the milk when you're eating. So what I recommend to you guys is just like substituting things that you normally would have consumed with things that are a little bit healthier. So I know some people, like, you know, enjoy plant-based milks or like oat milk, almond milk, all that stuff. But I actually like the Fairlife milk, and I know there's some controversy about that and people have their own opinions about it, but I find that it's delicious to me. I get the fat-free one, and it has 13 grams of protein in it, so I can put that with my cereal and I don't feel as guilty. And when I say cereal, I'm eating like the healthier cereals, not like the sugary ones. I'm eating like Cheerios or like Special K. I know that there's protein cereals out there in the market, which I'm so interested in trying, just haven't done that yet. But it's just really about, when it comes to like the snacking and stuff, just knowing my limits with it and making sure that if I'm just hungry, that I need to eat a meal instead of like gravitating towards like the bad crap. Something that I wanted to touch base on quickly with, you know, me talking about meals and stuff is knowing your self-control. Also knowing knowing when enough is enough. I feel like now I get to the point where like I could just eat. Like I can eat like cheese now. Like I'm eating this little snack pack right now, and I'm gonna say like maybe an hour from now I'm hungry again. And when I feel that way, when I feel like constantly just hungry, my go-tos are just drinking cups of water. I would drink like 2. I would just like literally monitor myself to just drink 2. I would go to like a protein shake. I'll have like a yogurt, something to suppress the hunger. And it doesn't take a lot for us to get full, so remember that. I found that I just would try to gravitate towards the healthier things, even though we're not always surrounded by them. Just try, you know, because I do find myself when I go ahead and slip up and have a little bit of fast food, like I give myself that, you know, let me go have some french fries and some nuggets from McDonald's, even though they're shit for you and whatever, all of that. Then I realized that I'm craving more of like saltier foods, or I'm craving like a soda, or like not a soda but like a juice, something sweet, and then I want like a cookie, and then I want like a cake. You have to realize it's like before even surgery, it's the same thing. Like your body's gonna crave those processed foods, those sweets, those sugars, those salts, all of that. It's gonna crave it. So just don't even do it to yourself. I tell myself, it's like if I have that sweet feeling, I have that craving for something sweet, then I just need to suppress it with something that's a little bit healthier, that has a little bit of that sweetness, that's really not gonna give me those unnecessary calories. So moving on with that, I want to talk about the supplements that I've currently been taking. So I have talked about like my vitamins and the supplements that I've taken in the past, and since then they switched up just slightly. I'm still taking my vitamin patches that I've talked about before. So these are from Patch Aid. I get mine from bariatricpal.com. One of my lovely subscribers put me onto them, and honestly, a freaking lifesaver, you guys. So simple. I just pop them on underneath here, and I put them on every single day, and I just forget about them, and I don't have to stress about, you know, swallowing or like chewing my vitamins. And I don't have like any negative effects. Like I don't have any issues with like my skin. I do know that some people talk about them coming off. I just recommend to make sure that you don't have like any oils and stuff like that on your skin, because it is kind of like a sticky adhesive. But other than that, I also recently purchased gummy vitamins, which are just to give myself a boost of added vitamins, just because of what is going on with the virus and everything like that. I just want to make sure that I have enough in my system, and that if I ever feel like a little drained with energy and I need a little pick-me-up, these gummy vitamins are super delicious. What I like about these is that they don't have like any chalky aftertaste. They taste like gummy, like candy, and it's like a berry flavor, so they're super yummy. You take 2 a day, and it's good to kind of like double up, like if you're trying to make sure that you have enough, like, you know, because you have to realize that as bariatric patients, just taking this regularly, we would have to take twice the amount. So I kind of like to double it up with the patches, and then these if I just need a little extra, you know. And I know I have a lot of questions about, like, you know, do these actually work? Have I had any like lab results and things like that with them? My lab results come back perfectly fine with just using these guys alone, but sometimes like I don't put these on or whatever the case may be, and then that's when these guys come in. You just take them just like candy. Now, as for my other supplements like protein and like my smoothie supplements, I also recently incorporated this green magic supplement. All of these products that I'm mentioning are from Muscle Gen Research, which is where I get my GENEPRO powder. You guys know that I rave about this protein powder. If you guys haven't tried it, I don't know what y'all doing with your lives. And if you have tried it, comment down below and let me know what's your favorite recipes, what you guys like to do with it, because I'm so open to learning and trying new things. But these two have been my favorites just because this guy here, this green machine green magic supplement, basically what this does, this adds 12 servings of fruits and vegetables to any smoothie slash drink that you have. So it says that you can mix it in juice. I prefer it in a smoothie because I won't lie, it has a little bit of like a chalky taste. But something that I realized after having surgery is that I would focus on getting a lot of protein in, and then the vegetables, and then maybe the starch, but then you're not eating a lot of vegetables, like, because protein is super important, unless like you're taking your supplements, like if you're doing, I don't know, 3 servings of GENEPRO a day, and you know, everybody doesn't want protein shakes all the time. So once you get further out, you're going to get most of your protein by actually eating it. So basically, I know that I'm focusing on protein, I'm not getting vegetables, so that's when this guy comes in. This is going to give me the energy without me having to have to drink a coffee or an energy drink. It's all natural energy from fruits and vegetables, which is amazing. So I love this guy. I put it in like a berry smoothie. It says, like I said, you can mix it in juice, but I don't recommend, just because Jaden tried it and he was like, that is chalky. And if you guys were interested to see what this looks like, it's a green powder. Like, it's definitely a green powder, and it could be a little intimidating, but it's so worth it, and it tastes like you don't taste it once it's in a smoothie. So, but this guy here, one of my favorite things, I show this on my Instagram all the time, is I love to put this in oatmeal. I like to bake with it. I put this in my omelets. The tip to this is that you always want to mix it in room temperature water before you mix it into anything extremely hot or extremely cold. So if you want to put it in your coffee, you could definitely do that, but I would mix it in just a little bit of room temperature water to help it dissolve, and then it masks the flavor. It's tasteless, flavorless, whatever the case may be, but I'm a very open and honest person. I feel like it has a very faint aftertaste in like a juice or something like that. But if you cook with it, like put it in oatmeal, you don't taste it, or if you put it in your omelet, you don't taste it. So it's amazing. 30 grams each serving, you can't beat it, you know. I'm tired of trying like all these different chalky protein powders out there. It's ridiculous. So if you guys are interested in any of those supplements, I will leave them linked down below. Now moving on to oh, before I get off that topic with protein, something I wanted to explain to you guys is, if I could go back in time and rewind it all over again, I would definitely had taken in a lot more protein sooner. I think when I first had surgery, I was getting maybe like 60 grams of protein in, maybe 60 to 70. I wasn't getting any more than that. It was hard for me to even get to 60, just because, like I said in the beginning, I wasn't hungry, I wasn't wanting to drink things and whatever. So the one thing that I realized, and a lot of people explained to me and I learned along this journey, is that when you intake more protein, it would definitely help with hair loss, and will also help with the appearance of like loose skin, just because remember, your protein is building muscle, and if you're replacing the fat loss with muscle build, you definitely would notice you'll have less loose skin in certain areas, you will have less hair loss, things like that. That's like the majority of the reason why we're having hair loss anyways, because we're not getting the proper nutrients that we need. So supplementing with amazing supplements like these guys, and you know, of course, your biotin and things like that would definitely help. Now moving on to the next question, question number 4 is, are my restrictions still the same? Do I have any dumping syndrome? Now, my restrictions, I want to say that I can still only eat a very small amount. There's certain days that Whitney, my sleeve, she doesn't want to eat a lot. Like I could usually eat like a small cup of chili from Wendy's, and some days like I can only eat half of it. It just really depends. My diet's not really restricted. Like I said, I still try to maintain kind of like a low carb, high protein. And sometimes I intermittent fast. So I would say I try not to eat until like 12 o'clock. But sometimes that was like in the beginning. Now it's like I gotta eat as soon as I wake up, because sometimes like I wake up and I'm starving, and if I don't eat, like I feel nauseous and just ugh. So it's just, I guess like my body, like your body is just gonna change, and you're gonna adapt to like certain changes as you go throughout the journey. Now, as for dumping syndrome, I talked about this briefly on one of my Instagram stories. Sometimes I just experience it randomly. There's not a particular food that makes me have like extreme dumping syndrome. The only thing I realize is like if I eat a lot of sugary things, then I'll experience it. But I can still have ice cream, I can still have cookies, I can still have like chips and stuff like that. Although they're not bad, and although they are limited, trust me, they're limited, because I know myself. That's how I get into those bad habits. If I slip up and have too many, I'm having it for a whole damn day. I'm so serious. So with that, like I just noticed that one time, like I had a bag of hot Cheetos, and I don't know if it was because it was the baked kinds compared to the regular kinds. I got so sick, and it turned me off of that food completely, like to the point where I don't even want to eat them anymore, type of thing. And like I said, you'll notice that your body will actually crave healthier things because of the way certain foods sit. So like for instance, pasta, it's so heavy. Breads, they're super heavy and they expand in our sleeve. They literally make me feel disgusting, so I just don't even eat them. And then sometimes like if I eat too much of it or eat too fast, that's when I'll experience the dumping syndrome. But other than that, like I can still have like a little bit, maybe I'll have like 2 little bites, but I try not to push it. And that's what I really mean by like knowing your limits and like your self-control after surgery. So moving from that, we're gonna go into question number 5. I had someone ask me, do I focus on my calories or protein more? And do I keep up with my macros? So throughout my entire journey, I really didn't keep up with my macros too much until recently. Now, I don't really focus more so on calories because I know that I don't eat a lot. And when I say by like eating a lot, like I'm not eating things that are high in calories, so that I really need to be mindful that I'm going to be gaining weight from it. If I was focusing on losing weight, so this is very important, if you guys are like, you're still trying to lose weight, I'm at the point where I'm trying to maintain. So if you are trying to lose weight, I would definitely recommend that, you know, you focus on your caloric intake to how much you're burning on a daily. Okay, so I just wanted to briefly show you guys this app. So this is called the Carb Manager. You guys can get this on the App Store. And basically I use that now to track like my macros and things like that, just because I'm really focusing on maintaining and possibly muscle building, so I don't want to lose any more weight. And what I like about this app is that it's customizable to what you're trying to do personally. So obviously a lot of people getting the surgery were trying to lose weight. Now I'm at the point where I'm perfectly fine with my size. I don't want to really lose anymore. I'm at 150 pounds, so this is where I'm trying to maintain. So I definitely recommend checking out an app like that if you guys are interested. But I would say that I focused a lot more on protein. I found that that was the hardest for me to do, and even getting past 60 grams of protein a day was just like so stressful. I did not even care about calories. Like literally, like I said, every meal, especially when I was able to eat, I would eat the meat first, then the vegetables, then the carbs. That's how my nutritionist taught me to do it, and it worked significantly well for me. And I never really felt like I was depriving myself. I just knew what my body needed and I focused on that. I didn't really get too wrapped around the scale. Like now that I'm in this apartment, I don't even have a damn scale. And you guys can look back at a couple videos, like the scale is like your worst enemy, especially like in the beginning, because like some people lose weight more rapidly than others. Everybody has their own metabolism, their own speed, their process. Don't compare yourself to others. Just do what is necessarily supposed to be done for your body type. Okay you guys, so moving on to the next question, and I get this question asked so much, and it's so crazy to think that I'm just so like open about it, and hence why I have a YouTube channel. But it's privacy slash talking to others about VSG. And how did I become comfortable with just being very open and forward about it. Now, I want to first start by saying that this is no, like, you know, shots to people that are very, you know, private and like to keep their life very private. I understand how some people could be that way. But in terms for me, I'm very open about the surgery and I'm very confident about it. It's because in the beginning, I wanted this to be something that I could inspire others to just be open to doing, because I didn't think that there were any options or any alternatives or things that I could do besides the typical diet and exercise to lose weight. And of course, people are going to look at you sideways. People are going to have their opinions about anything it is that you do in your life, whether it is you cut your hair off, whether it is you got weight loss surgery, whether it is you moved across the country and you left all your family in another state. Like, there's so many things that I just described my life, but there's so many things that people could judge you about. But it's like, what are your intentions behind it? If you're doing it because you think it's just going to be the end all be all and you don't have like a valid explanation as to why you're doing it, then yeah, these people have a reason to judge you. But if you're doing this because you want to take control of your life, you want to become the healthiest version of yourself, you want to add an additional 10 years to your life, you want to make sure that you could fit and you can fit on the airplane, or you could fit on your favorite rides with your kids at an amusement park, or you could chase your future kids at a park, like, you know, things like that. Like, these are the reasonings why I decided to get this surgery. Like, I thought to myself, being that I'm 21 years, well, at the time getting the surgery, I was 21 years old. I was like, I don't have any children yet, but I want to have children. There is no way I could go ahead and have the energy to chase these children with the weight and the bone spurs that I had on both of my ankles. I was in so much pain. I had no energy, no motivation to do shit. Like, there is just no reasoning. Like, I just had nothing. So I told myself, it was like, I have to do something about this for me. And I found that when I was so confident and I was sure of my reasoning why, I didn't give a damn about what anyone cared. I didn't care, because I knew that I was going to be happy. I knew that I was going to be healthy, and I was taking control. And I feel like it took me a lot to get there. It took me a lot to have that understanding. So like, if you guys watch back in my first video of me getting the surgery, I was pumped. I was ready to get it done. I was tired of doing the whole pre-op testing because I knew what I wanted. And my advice to you guys, if you're just like, you know, a little bashful or you're concerned about people's judgment, just remember your why, and nothing else matters. I understand that, you know, a lot of times family plays a huge part, and like, you know, you care about your family's opinion. But at the end of the day, something I always say to like my partner is just like, you come in this world alone and you die alone. Like, and if you are going to live the rest of your life, wouldn't you rather live the rest of your life happy than miserable and overweight and possibly unhealthy and have possibly other issues later on down the line? Or would you rather take control now, make that difference, and see that difference and actually grow and learn a different lifestyle? Like, and then that's why I get so like, I get out of breath talking about this, because I become like so passionate. I just want to like shake people sometimes. I'm like, I don't care about somebody's negative ass response. I did this for me, and now look at me a year later, 150 freaking pounds. Like, I lost, to me it's mind-blowing, because I feel like I lost an entire person. I have all the energy in the world. I'm the healthiest I've ever been. Like, it's freaking mind-blowing to me. And why wouldn't you want to do that for yourself? You know, really ask yourself the reasoning why you want to do this, and understand that it is a lifestyle change, and people are going to think what the hell they want to think. And no matter what it is you do, if you decide to start a YouTube channel, people are going to judge you for that. If you decide to walk outside with mismatched socks and mismatched shirt and your hair looking crazy, people are going to judge you for that. Like, there's so many reasons why people are going to judge you, but if you're doing something that's bettering your life, screw what everyone else thinks, okay? Moving on to the next question. I get this one asked a lot too. This one's crazy, but give me a sec. Gotta stay hydrated. All right, so sex life. So I'm still not quite sure if you can say that on the YouTube, but yeah. So the bedroom life has definitely changed after surgery. I have a lot more stamina, a lot more energy. Just, I feel a lot more confident in myself and the things that I wear, the things that I don't wear. You know, like, it's such a funny topic to really talk about, because I don't know what's okay to say and what's not okay to say. But basically, in terms of my partner's opinion, he loves it. Like, we could try different things. We're more adventurous in the bedroom now, and we do it a lot more frequently now. Number 8. We're almost done, you guys. We're almost done, I promise. So how has VSG impacted your life? And if it wasn't for VSG, do you think you would be where you are today? So I could go on and on about the amazing benefits of how this surgery has impacted my life, but I would say I definitely don't think I'd be where I am today without it, just because I feel like my why is so strong. Like in the beginning, like I said, the reason why I even got this surgery is because I felt helpless. Like I was always told diet, exercise, and it got to the point where I was exercising constantly and nothing was happening. I couldn't actually physically exercise without being in pain, and I felt like the diets were kicking my ass regardless, because I would do it for a couple weeks and then boom, fall right off. And I knew that I needed something that was really just going to kickstart my metabolism, which is what the surgery did, and really forced me to change my lifestyle. I knew I needed that push. That's why I went in this direction and got this surgery, is because it is something that you can't reverse. I mean, there is the lap band, which is reversible, which is why I didn't get that, is because I know myself. The sleeve, I needed a part of my stomach removed so your girl couldn't go ham slam on some damn tacos. Literally, like, I would joke and I would talk to my boyfriend. I was like, yo, I used to eat arroz and candules, like rice and beans. I'm not Spanish and all, but I love me some Spanish food, you guys. I could eat like 3 bowls of that back in the day, and like now I can't even do half of a bowl. So it's crazy to see, like, you know, how it's very easy to fall into really bad habits, but it's also crazy to see how mentally you can take control of yourself, and how you can literally take that, change your lifestyle, change your different habits, and all from like a little simple snip of the stomach, you know? And I'm not saying like the surgery is like a simple little procedure, but it's crazy how I did that and so many other things were affected by it. So not only, like, you know, did I lose the weight, like I said, I no longer have bone spurs. I'm able to fit on roller coasters. I'm able to fit on an airplane and buckle a seatbelt feeling comfortably. I'm able to go walk for long periods of time without limping. I don't have the chub rub anymore, which is so freaking unbearable. I'm not out of breath all the time after just going up a flight of steps. I live on the 2nd floor now, and a year ago, before I had the surgery, I would have been pissed. But now I'm just like, yes, now we get them glutes right. Like, you know, so it's just like, it changes my complete outlook on life, and just like, I am gravitating towards more healthier things because I generally love that, love the way it makes me feel, and I love like the results that I get from, you know, incorporating those things. And also like clothing, I love shopping for clothing, and that's something that I used to hate. Like, talk to me a year ago, I hated shopping for clothes, because being a big piece, it was so hard to find something that made you look cute, that fit comfortably, that wasn't too tight in certain areas. And especially just like with my body shape, just because like I always had like the bigger bottom half, a little slightly smaller waist, so I'd always have like that pants gap in the back. It was just so frustrating. Same thing with like shoes. I had to buy more expensive shoes because of the bone spurs. No longer have to do that. So those are so many different things that, you know, have changed since having the surgery, and I'm super, super grateful for having it, because it's just helped me, you know, grow and get past those setbacks, you know, and really just flourish. Okay, you guys, so for question number 9, and this has to be probably one of the most highly asked questions I ever get between YouTube and my Instagram DMs, all of that, comments. You guys always ask me this question, so I have to give you an answer, and I will be the one to give it to you straightforward, okay? So that is loose skin and scars after VSG. Let me just start by saying this, because I feel like no one else is just going to tell you like this. You're going to get loose skin, okay? It's just going to happen. You're going to get some type of loose skin, okay? Not saying that you're going to be, you know, sagging and having a whole bunch of it, or you may not. It's going to happen, okay? But now that we got that out there, let me explain why. So kind of think of like your skin kind of like a stretched out rubber band, like collagen elasticity. Once it's stretched out, that's what happens when you become bigger. it's very hard for that rubber band to snap back like a regular rubber band. Another analogy to think of is kind of like when you blow air into a balloon. When that rubber is stretched out and the air is deflated, that skin or that hanging balloon is still there. It's very similar to how our skin works. So now I know that there's people who are like, oh, well, you know, I worked out and I lost weight and I don't have any loose skin. That's cool, but did you realize you're building muscle definition to replace that fat that's being lost from the skin? So if you are incorporating workouts early on, you definitely may or not, you know, experience a lot of loose skin. I can't necessarily tell you if that necessarily works because I didn't work out. But if you do have loose skin, there's no like magic cream, there's no magic workout that gets rid of it. But you know, plastic surgery is definitely an option because the only way to really get rid of it is to like snip it off. It's gotta go. It's just gotta go. I don't know where it's gonna go, but it's just gotta get the hell out of here. So I have a lot of people that ask me like, do I have concerns with it? Like, you know, how I feel about my loose skin. So I have loose skin on my stomach, I have it on my arms, I have it on my thighs. I would probably insert some clips so that I can show you guys what that looks like because I know that you guys are so interested to see. But it is something that I've thought about just because, I'm sorry, loose skin is something that, you know, bothers me personally and something that I've thought about getting removed just because it does make me feel like, you know, just a little unflattering in certain areas. And just like, you know, when I wear bathing suits and things like that, like, you know, it bothers me. So it is something that I've thought about. I've also thought about a breast lift. I've also thought about like arm removal. But believe it or not, you guys, I think that because I just haven't done the proper research on it, I'm freaking terrified to do all of that. Like the booty lift, the arm remover. Like I'm just, I don't know. Like I don't want to go through surgery all over again. So like I said in one of my previous videos, my main goal being out in Vegas is to definitely just start fresh. I definitely really want to start incorporating more workouts, start to try to tone my body, see where that takes me, and then do my research and possibly think about other surgeries down the line. Besides, your girl ain't got the coin for that right now, so stay tuned. I definitely just wanted to throw that little snippet in there though, because I know that you guys ask me all the time about loose skin. Unfortunately, it's just something that comes with losing the weight, but this is what I say. Like, I wear my loose skin as a badge of freaking honor. I'd rather have loose skin than be 265 pounds. Not saying that there's anything wrong with being 265 pounds. I just was unhealthy and unhappy. So I'd rather wear this badge of honor and be like, hell yeah, I lost over 100 pounds. Look at me, I'm a bad bee. That's it. Like, you know what I mean? So that's the way I kind of try to look at it, and just knowing my options and doing my research. Okay, you guys, so for the last question, question number 10, it says, if you had to describe yourself as an animal, what would it be? Now, I hope you guys can tell, I am obsessed with butterflies. I literally have them tattooed on me. I have a necklace. It's the name of my channel, my brand, all of that jazz. Butterflies are my spirit animal. I feel like butterflies symbolize powerful transformation, renewal, rebirth. They inspire others and they bring playfulness, as well as they bring lightness and ease to others. And I feel like as a artist and as a content creator, that is something that I definitely wanted to bring on my platforms. I just want to help other people feel the best versions of themselves with my makeup application, as well as, you know, describing my weight loss journey and sharing this experience and how this helped me become the best version of myself. And that's how I just wanted to wrap up this video. I just really wanted to touch base on how this was probably one of the greatest decisions I've ever made, and I really hope that this video has helped some people that are possibly considering to get the surgery, have thought about it, already had the surgery, and just need someone to just let you know that it's gonna be all right, that you can get through anything that you put your freaking mind to. But yes, I want to tie up this video right here and just say thank you guys so much for following my journey, for all the sweet comments, all the DMs, all the love that you guys share with me. I definitely don't think that I would be able to do it without the support of you guys. And other than that, if you like this video, please make sure you give it a huge thumbs up. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you're notified every single time I upload. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.